Have you ever wondered how parenting works in the animal kingdom? It's a fascinating realm, teeming with diverse behaviors and strategies. Some animals exhibit remarkable dedication, nurturing their offspring with incredible care. Others, however, take a more hands-off approach, leaving their young to fend for themselves from an early age. These varied parenting styles are shaped by millions of years of evolution, each with its own unique advantages. But not all creatures are model parents. Today, we will embark on a journey exploring the worst parents in the animal kingdom. Starting our countdown at number 5, we have the sea turtles. Now, sea turtles are fascinating creatures. They've been around for over 100 million years, surviving everything from the age of the dinosaurs to the current Anthropocene epoch. But when it comes to parenting, they are, let's just say, a bit hands-off. You see, sea turtles have a rather unique approach to parenthood. After a female turtle reaches maturity, which can take anywhere between 17 to 33 years, she embarks on a remarkable journey to lay her eggs. With the grace of a ballet dancer, the mother turtle drags herself onto the beach, often the very same beach where she was born. Under the veil of darkness, she digs a nest in the sand, using her back flippers like delicate shovels. Once the nest is ready, she lays her eggs, which can number anywhere from 50 to 200 in a single clutch. But here's where things get interesting. After laying her eggs, the mother turtle covers the nest with sand, effectively hiding it from predators. And then, without so much as a backward glance, she returns to the ocean, never to check on her offspring. This lay and leave approach might seem cold-hearted to us humans, but it's important to remember that sea turtles don't have the same emotional capacity as we do. Their parenting style is simply a product of evolution. However, this approach does leave the baby turtles vulnerable. From the moment they hatch, they are on their own. Their journey from the nest to the sea is fraught with danger, from predatory birds and crabs to the harsh beach conditions. Many don't make it to the water. Despite these challenges, sea turtles have survived and thrived for millions of years. So perhaps there's something to be said about their unique approach to parenthood. Nonetheless, from a human perspective, it's hard to ignore the fact that these ancient mariners are somewhat lacking in the maternal department. So, the sea turtles, with their lay and leave approach, take the 5th spot on our list. Next up, at number 4, are rabbits. In the realm of animal parenting, rabbit mothers may seem like they're neglecting their young, at least by human standards. But let's take a closer look, shall we? Rabbits, particularly those in the wild, have developed a unique parenting style that is more about survival than snuggling. To us, it may seem as if these furry mothers are abandoning their little ones. But that's far from the truth. It's a strategy, a survival tactic, honed over countless generations. Rabbit mothers, or does as they're known, give birth to their kits in a burrow or nest, usually lined with fur from their own bodies to provide warmth. Once the babies are safely nestled in, the doe goes about her usual business, only returning to the nest for a few minutes each day. Now you might be thinking, a few minutes, that's hardly any time at all. But there's a reason for this seemingly hands-off approach. By limiting her time at the nest, the doe reduces the chance of predators discovering her vulnerable offspring. The less time she spends there, the less scent she leaves behind, making it harder for predators to track her babies. During these brief daily visits, the doe nurses her kits, providing them with highly nutritious milk. This milk is so rich that the kits can go for a full day without another feeding. The doe ensures that even in her absence, her offspring have the nutrients they need to grow and thrive. In the grand scheme of things, rabbit mothers are not neglectful. They're strategic. They balance the harsh realities of the wild with the needs of their young, using their instincts and experience to keep their babies safe. This minimal contact approach of rabbit mothers may seem distant and uncaring to us. But remember, in the wild, survival is key, and every species has its own unique way of ensuring the continuation of its lineage. So, the rabbits with their minimal contact approach secure the 4th place in our list. Coming in at number 3 are the adorable yet neglectful pandas. You would think that the black and white cuties of the animal kingdom, with their soft, fuzzy fur and endearing clumsiness, would be the epitome of parental warmth. But in the harsh realities of the wild, even these captivating creatures display a rather shocking approach to parenting. When a panda mother gives birth to twins, a heart-rending decision awaits her. Unlike many other animals, pandas often struggle to raise 2 offspring simultaneously. The energy required to nurse, protect, and care for 2 cubs is immense. In the wild, where every calorie counts and survival is the daily game, pandas simply can't afford the luxury of splitting resources. So, what does the panda mother do? She makes a choice. A choice that, to us humans, might seem incredibly harsh. She will usually choose one of her cubs, typically the stronger one, and devote all her care and attention to it. The other cub, unfortunately, is left to fend for itself, often with tragic consequences. It's a shocking reality, isn't it? But let's take a step back and try to see it from the panda's perspective. In the unforgiving terrain of the wild, survival is the ultimate goal. And sometimes, to ensure the continuation of their species, pandas must make difficult decisions. It's a stark example of the survival of the fittest principle that governs much of the animal kingdom. But before we judge too harshly, let's remember that pandas, like all animals, are simply following their instincts. They're doing what they must to survive, and to ensure the future of their species. It's a tough call, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a call that nature itself has dialed. Hence, the pandas, with their survival of the fittest approach, claim the third spot on our list. At number 2, we have the notorious cuckoos. Now, when we hear the word cuckoo, most of us might think of quaint clocks or the bird's iconic call. But there's a reason these birds are more infamous than famous in the world of avian parenting. You see, cuckoos have a rather unique approach to raising their young. And by unique, we mean they don't do it at all. Cuckoos are what we call brood parasites. This means they lay their eggs, not in their own cozy nests, but in the nests of other unsuspecting birds. Imagine waking up one day to find an unexpected and rather large egg in your nest. That's the reality for many a bird duped by a crafty cuckoo. This might seem like a smart move on the cuckoo's part. After all, why waste time and energy raising your young when you can get someone else to do it for you? But the harsh reality is, this outsourcing tactic often comes at the expense of the host bird's own offspring. Cuckoo chicks are typically larger and more demanding than their adopted siblings. In fact, the first thing a newly hatched cuckoo does is to evict any other eggs or chicks from the nest, ensuring it gets the undivided attention and resources of its unsuspecting foster parents. This behavior, while seemingly cruel, is a fascinating example of the lengths some species will go to ensure the survival of their own genes. It's a ruthless strategy, but in the tough world of nature, it's all about survival of the fittest, or in this case, the sneakiest. Yet, as harsh as it may seem, this strategy isn't without its drawbacks. The cuckoo's reliance on other birds for rearing their young means their survival is directly linked to the abundance and willingness of their hosts. If these host birds become rare or wise up to the cuckoo's tricks, the cuckoo's own survival could be in jeopardy. So, the cuckoos with their outsourcing approach earn the second place on our list. And now, the worst parent award in the animal kingdom goes to the black eagles. In the brutal world of the black eagles, only the fittest survive. This isn't simply a case of battling the elements or hunting for food, but a ruthless competition within the nest itself. You see, black eagles often lay 2 eggs, but here's the catch. The stronger chick usually ends up killing its weaker sibling. Now, if you're picturing a dramatic bird tussle, you might want to adjust your vision. The killing doesn't usually happen in a single dramatic event, but rather a slow, drawn-out process. The stronger chick consistently outcompetes its sibling for food, gradually weakening it until it can no longer hold on to life. What's even more shocking is that the parents do nothing to stop this gruesome act. They stand by, watching their offspring's deadly rivalry unfold, and do not intervene. It's a harsh reality, but in the world of black eagles, it's just another day in the nest. This behavior is known as siblicide, and it's a brutal example of nature's survival of the fittest policy. It's a strategy that ensures only the strongest genes are passed on to future generations. But in terms of parenting, it's a cold, ruthless method that gives the black eagles the dubious honor of being the worst parents in the animal kingdom. Therefore, the black eagles, with their survival of the fittest method taken to an extreme, are the worst parents in the animal kingdom. Well, we've had quite a journey exploring the harsh realities of parenting in the animal kingdom. We've seen the not-so-maternal sea turtles, the abandoning rabbits, the neglectful pandas, and the harsh cuckoos. And who could forget the black eagle, arguably the harshest parent of all? Each animal, in its own way, showcases a different parenting style, dictated by the unforgiving laws of nature. Remember, these behaviors, while seemingly cruel, are all part of nature's grand design for survival and evolution. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating exploration.